In early 18th century Boston, a number of merchant families amassed great wealth through shipping and trade. One of the wealthiest Boston merchants of this era was Peter Faneuil. Faneuil proposed to mark his success by building a central food market in his hometown. The merits of establishing a permanent marketplace had long been debated in Boston, and all previous attempts had failed. Boston's voters accepted Faneuil's proposal only after a much heated debate and by a slim majority. The building, as finally constructed in 1742, included not only an open market, but also a meeting space for the town government. The hall, named for Faneuil, was built on land gained by the filling of the small cove near the ancient dilapidated town dock. The lower level of the hall was divided into stalls, which were leased for market purposes. Meat, vegetables, and dairy products could be purchased there in convenient, regulated surroundings on a daily basis. The large meeting room on the second floor became Boston's official town hall. Here, in public session, Bostonians debated issues, elected town officials, voted on taxes, and spent town monies. In 1761, fire gutted Faneuil Hall, burning the interior. 2 years later, repairs were completed, this time financed by public lottery. Reopening in 1763, the hall became, for several years thereafter, the scene of many of the public meetings that foreshadowed the Revolution. By 1768, the size of the protesting crowds often made adjournments to the Old South Meeting House necessary. Faneuil Hall's great role in the Revolutionary movement had not ended, however, for in a town meeting there on November 2, 1772, Samuel Adams succeeded in creating the Extra-Legal Committee of Correspondence, the first of the bodies that produced the Union of the American Colonies. The town meetings held in Faneuil Hall should only have concerned themselves with local issues. In the mid-1700s, however, the discussion turned to the taxation policies of the British Empire, and Faneuil Hall became the focus of revolutionary activity in Boston. At times, protest meetings held at the hall spilled over into incidents of violence on the streets. Under the leadership of Samuel Adams and other Sons of Liberty, debates led to opposition to the sugar tax of 1764, the Stamp Act of 1765, and other British political maneuvers. In December of 1773, sessions took place here concerning a newly arrived shipment of tea and the tax to be paid on it. Though the rhetoric expressed here concerned only one community, Boston, reports were carried throughout the colonies and led them together towards the unity and independence. Activities here earned Faneuil Hall its name as America's Cradle of Liberty. After the Revolution, the size of Faneuil Hall became inadequate to meet the needs of the growing town. In 1805, Boston called upon Charles Bulfinch, one of America's foremost architects, to expand Faneuil Hall. In a masterful design, he doubled the width and height of the building without altering the basic style. The market area was enclosed, and a new interior was installed in the meeting room. This remains virtually unchanged today. For over 2 centuries, the symbol of Faneuil Hall has been the grasshopper weather vane. Today, the weather vane is the only part of Faneuil Hall which remains totally unmodified from the original 1742 structure, and it is a fine example of colonial artistry. Into the 20th century, Faneuil Hall has remained an active and important place for Bostonians. The meeting room at Faneuil Hall still serves the people of Boston as a public meeting place. Peter Faneuil's original hall was intended to serve Bostonians as a marketplace for food on one level and a marketplace for ideas on the second. Today, this tradition continues.